Scott Tucker here, Expedition Earth. We have, to a large degree, ignored the most dominant species on the planet up to now. And I suppose it's because it's you and I, Homo sapiens. For the past 10 years, we have been so busy focusing on everything from reptiles to sharks, whales, caterpillars, and ants that we didn't see the forest through the trees. We, Homo sapiens, are the most dominant species on the planet. For the first time in all of history, Homo sapiens, a single species, is altering the face of the planet and the direction of the future. Anthropology is the scientific study of the origin, the behavior, and the physical, social, and cultural development of Homo sapiens. Anthropology is the study of our own species. And tonight, we begin by making a detailed examination of one particular thing we love to do just about more than anything else. We love to play sports. And what better way to do that than on the eve of Thanksgiving, when all across the country, millions of us are standing on the sidelines of our local high school football team. Why are we obsessed with sport in today's modern era? Not just here in the United States, but all across the globe. What is sport? What does it provide for us? The answer to these questions and the myriad of others that arise will require a totally objective look into this. And that's not going to be easy for any of us. Scott Tucker here with Expedition New England. I realize this completely twists your mind, seeing me in a tie in front of a building in a city, but this is where we're headed. Expedition Earth has gone anthropological, and we're standing in front of one of the icons in New Haven, the Yale whale. And the reason I'm here is because these doors are the portal into a artificial construct that we call sport. In this particular case, ice hockey. These are games. These are not real things. that Homo sapiens need to confront themselves with. These are created confines of competition. Expedition Earth. Stick with us. Just after midnight, I'm laying in bed thinking to myself, I have just spent approximately 9 hours watching football on television. And the guilt began to emerge inside my brain, feeling like, wow, what is wrong with me? I just blew an entire Sunday watching football.
Sport is defined as follows: an activity involving physical exertion and skill in which an individual or team competes against one another for entertainment. I repeat, entertainment. That's right. If you're involved in sports, you are an entertainer. Second definition: sport is an activity involving physical exertion and skill that is governed by a set of rules or customs. And no matter how hard we try to clarify these rules, controversy erupts almost every game.
What about a deeper look into the meaning of all this attention we have devoted to sport? Ava Tucker here with Expedition Earth. Why are we so driven by the need to compete? Anthropologists have been studying human beings for quite some time now, and you might be surprised to learn that sports fits right into our continued evolution as a species. Of course, most of us playing and spectating these games known as football, baseball, basketball, soccer, are totally oblivious as to what we're actually doing in the context of evolution. We are playing out an elaborate dance designed to one day select a mate. We are playing out an elaborate dance designed to one day select a mate. We are highly social primates that derive our status in society by gaining notoriety and approval for playing sport with great skill and strength. But why has sport become so dominant? The answer is quite simple. Those that are able to exude great strength and agility in the context of sports like football prove themselves to be genetically superior than many of those of us on the sidelines. And as a result, this increases our chances at attracting a highly prized mate for breeding. But this begins to present a problem. Things have changed in the last million years. Physical strength and skill do not necessarily give you a leg up anymore. It's brains that are the real prize in the acquisition of safety, security, in the form of financial wealth. So why all the attention paid to sport? The answer lies deeply connected to what we really are, primates to the core. Our big brains are still wired to a prehistoric time when physical strength and skill kept you alive. Sports help us play this out over and over again and brings us back to a time when there was a great need for these skills.
The Homo sapien brain is broken up into distinct parts, each responsible for particular functions like speech, memory, sense of smell. You probably know all this. But only about 60 years ago, scientists discovered the amygdala. 2 diamond-shaped parts buried deep into the base of the brain. And as it turns out, this is the most primitive part of the brain. In fact, it is so prehistoric, scientists call it the lizard brain. It's consistently telling us what to do, what food is ripe, who to pursue as a mate, whether to flee, whether to fight, whether to freeze. The amygdala is where we've been programmed for the past 280 million years. We are running on a very old and outdated operating system buried deep inside the amygdala. But before we drill down any deeper into the brain and the hidden operating system that drives us so incessantly towards sports, we gotta step back into history just a short couple hundred years in time to a period known as the Industrial Revolution. This was a time when man transformed from a backyard ma-pa operation where people made things one by one on their own kitchen tables and backyards into urban centers where cities were born. Machines open the door to factory-scale production of valuable goods. Historians marked Britain, England, as the birthplace and pinpoint a span in time between the mid-1700s all the way up to early 1800s, where industry revolutionized the world. But even though the invention of machines like the steam engine and the spinning jenny reduced certain types of labor, on the flip side of the same coin, they created an explosion of jobs requiring skills necessary to handle mass production. And it was here the factory labor force was born.
Somebody score!
Now that we got that straight, what in good God's name does that have to do with sports? Oh, you gotta be asking yourself. But it's critical you understand this before I get to the next important phase in human history. What happened after the Industrial Revolution? It's called the Post-Industrial Revolution, the era in time that we're currently living in. Rather than manufacturing that was driving the output of our economy, it's been transformed into a service-orientated economy. We're doing all the things we can possibly do without having to pay for labor. Because we've shipped labor out to China, India, Vietnam, Mexico.
The Industrial Revolution is over. It's gone. But there are remnants of it everywhere. Right here in New Haven, Connecticut.
as you can imagine, we've got a lot of time on our hands and a lot of pent-up energy. What else better to do with it? Play sports, watch sports, obsess about sports. Watch the violence being perpetrated on the television screen. Go see the violence.
Stepping out on a football/soccer field, field hockey field, lacrosse field. This is an artificial construct. It's a place where we're playing games. It's not real. This is an alternate reality. These are games. Millions of dollars were invested to create this complex. And again, I'm not trying to say it's good or bad. It just, very little is discussed about the fact that it is an artificial concept that we've created. This is not reality. This is an artificial construct of reality. It is a playground. It's very difficult for me, or for any of us, to get our mind around it. Sports are everywhere. AM radio is dominated by sports. Television is dominated by sports. My youth was dominated by sports. Football, baseball, basketball, soccer, everything you could imagine. Every season, winter, spring, summer, fall. One day, I'm 52 years old, and it finally occurs to me, sports are nothing more than an artificial construct. They are not real. This is not real. This is a game that we've created apart from the real part of life, apart from what is life. It's become life. Sports have become life. It's no longer a separation. It's actually a way to earn a living. It's so much more, and it's very difficult to get your mind around it. It's a basketball court. No, it's not a basketball court. It's a portal into a whole different time and space. It's a universe created by rules that don't really exist outside that court. Basketball, again, was another sport that dominated almost all of my youth. I played in the snow outside on areas that weren't even paved. Obsessed with competition. Obsessed with skill, hand-eye coordination. It's like stepping into an artificial construct, a different universe. There's rules that apply here that do not apply there. There is an acceptable amount of violence that is allowed in this universe, And then on this one, no, there's no violence. It's difficult to even understand or comprehend because I was raised on a baseball diamond. But this, too, is an artificial construct of reality. It's a portal into a whole different time and space. It's a game. It's not reality. It's a baseball diamond. Just as I had walked upon this field just about 10, 15 minutes ago, as I began to approach a little closer, there's a group of, I'm going to say, teenagers. One of them had yelled out in kind of a mysterious way, in sort of a deceitful way, "Hey, cutie." He was probably thinking he would not be confronted, and I instantly confronted him. "Who you calling cutie?" "Oh, wasn't me. Wasn't you. Oh, I was talking to him." These are the same kind of things. These are the same kind of games I had once played on other adults. This is the anthropology of sport. Passive-aggressive behavior before you're even out on the field. He just did it again. I just heard him. "Hey, cutie." See, now that they know I know, now they're going to keep going. I mean, this is what I would do. I'd keep going. This is an artificial construct. Maybe I can get an interview.
Well, I love the surf club because it's so beautiful, and we like to play football with our friends down here because it's just such a nice area down here. And I mean, it's just a great time for everyone to get down here, you know, play with everyone in football.
In general, just you can look right at me and just tell me, why are you here? What are you doing?
Just coming out, you know, stay active with our friends. You know, it's a great time down here. I mean, beautiful view, as you can see. You know, it's just fun.
What are you guys doing? Why are you here?
We're here because we just like to play football with our friends before New Year. Our resolution is to have more time to play football and other sports with our friends. We just love to do it. It's a great sport.
Has anyone ever discussed with you guys that sports are actually an artificial construct?
No.
I don't even know
Sports are
what
legit.
I honestly, I don't know what that means.
Me neither. What does it mean?
It's okay if you don't know what it means. Okay, it's okay if you don't know what it means. It's basically what I'm trying to say is, in other words, there are rules in this game called football, soccer, baseball, basketball.
Well, what we do is what we were doing right now. We sometimes we have our own rules. Like sometimes if there's like not a certain amount of kids, we won't do kickoffs.
So guys, I'm not trying to lessen what you're doing. I'm not trying to make fun of it at all. I'm not even trying to say it's not great. I played every sport there was. I love sports. They're a huge part of my life. What no one ever really explained to me was that this is an artificial reality. In other words, when I'm try to get what I'm saying,
Is that this isn't real?
This, of course, in one term, philosophically speaking, this is not real. This is a game. No. Not because it's, guys. No, not because it's not NFL. Not because it's not the NCAA. No. Not because you're not getting paid. Sport is an artificial construct. In other words, sport is a game.
Yeah. It's fun.
It can be fun unless you're losing. Right? If you know, is it fun when you're losing?
We don't lose. Defino's team.
Right? If you're a Pats fan after last week, it wasn't a lot of fun last week. Try and step away from the fact that you love these games. I love these games. I'm here at the field. I come watch them. I freaking coach. I do it all. I love these games. But what no one has ever really discussed is that this is not reality. This is a prefabricated reality with rules that are made up. They're made up. These are rules that are made up.
To help the game.
Oh, I'm not saying they're wrong or they're right. They're just rules that once you step over this line, it's over. It doesn't apply out here. Your ability to tackle does not work in the kitchen. It doesn't work in the classroom. You know what I'm saying? It's an artificial reality. It's a game. And I guess my hope is with this documentary is to hopefully get that across that, you know what? It's not everything.
Yeah, so you don't...
It's huge. It's fun. It's not everything. What is this? What am I standing on? No. It's not a golf course. It's an artificial reality. It's a prefabricated construct with man-made rules. Once you step off this course, they don't apply. It's an artificial universe that we've created. Most of us are living almost entirely in that artificial reality. Everything has some sort of a connotation to good and evil. That's a trap, a sand trap. Trap. That's a green. It's a green. Make it to the green and you're safe. Don't get caught out in the rough. The rough. Out in the rough. The rough. Don't get caught out in the rough. Don't get caught out in the rough. The rough. The rough. The rough. Inevitably, the question has to be asked. If sports and all these crazy games that we play are just an artificial construct of reality, then what is real? What are we doing? For answers to these questions and a whole lot more, you gotta check back on the next episode of Expedition Earth. Thanks for joining us. See you next time.